Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. I know it's been a hot minute since I've done a long video, but I have a soap video for you guys today. And I gotta show you what someone gave me, which is so awesome. I got a new soap cutter, so I didn't use it in this video because I made the soap that you're about to see and hopefully learn how to do before I got the soap cutter. And also I got 5 of these new soap molds, so I'm excited about using those. I also did an update on Sophie on one of my short videos, so if you want to see a lot about what's going on with the animals, I've been uploading quite a few shorts, and I've been so busy trying to get Sophie's eye healthy, and I've got really great news. So we might be getting that IV out of her eyelid. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go back and see videos. We had to take her to the emergency room. So also, if you are new, my name is JC, and we have a homestead. My husband and I have a homestead. We raise goats and we have horses for our equine ministry. So we have a nonprofit on our farm as well. And I make handcrafted soap. If I can pick it up, it's heavy. Yeah, so I make soap. This is a soap. It's a layered soap for a bridal shower, which I'm really excited and thankful that I got to be a part of that. So they are curing, and I put the rose petals from our farm on it, and there is the blue indigo powder. So you get to see how to make that. I will leave my recipe, my base soap recipe down below. I did not use my goat milk in this because sometimes when you do like a custom order, you want to make sure you get everybody involved and it's not, you know, a goat milk and they can't have it because they're vegan or all that stuff. So it's just safe to do something that is good for anybody. I'm gonna stop talking so you guys can see this video and learn how to make this layered soap. So I have a total of 60 ounces of oils and my additives. So whatever you want to add into your soap, you know, you add it to your oils, blend it really well. Make sure you're measuring so you know how much oils you have. Anything you want to add, any additives, kaolin clay, maybe a milk powder, and then make sure you're measuring everything. Because you want accurate measurements, you're going to divide this by 4. So me dividing 60 ounces by 4 is going to be 15 ounces for each layer. Actually, it's going to be more ounces than that because I add the lye solution to each layer as well, to each container I'm going to put this in. So I'm going to wipe this one out because that's got a little water in it. I have my colorant, so it's just put in these little Dixie cups. So I have them measured out to greatest to the least amount of color, so I can get an ombre effect of each layer. So now we're going to start measuring out. I just want to make sure that my kaolin clay is mixed in really good. I don't have any clumps. So let me check my lye temp. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and blend up my color first. So this is going to be the dark color. It's got blue clay and indigo powder in there. I'm just going to get it all wet first. You know, get it kind of saturated and then mix it. It cuts down on the clumps. And I don't like adding water to the clays or even oil to the clays, because if I add water to the clays, then my water content goes up and it takes longer to cure. Also, if I add more oils, it makes my soap more, have more oil in it. So I just like utilizing the soap batter as much as I can. And because we're splitting this into 4, it makes it a lot easier. We're only adding the lye for each layer, so we just have a lot more freer ability to be creative and more time. So I'm actually going to mix this a good while just to make sure it's good and incorporated. Okay, now I'm going to add the lye solution. And again, I just did water or ice and the lye. And I'm going to mix this actually until it gets thick, because I want to be able to move on to my next layer. Pourable, but able to where I can be able to make some indentions in it. And I also am going to add, I almost forgot, so I'm just going to blend it a little bit. I'm going to bring it over here. So see, I'm using one container for my soap. I will use a different container when I get to the natural, just the white color, but this is what I'm going to continuously pour my lye solution in. So I'm only using those 2 containers there in my main container. So I'm going to add my essential oil, and let me give myself some room here. Ooh, it's thickening up already. I'm going to add this essential oil in. The lavender should slow it down a bit. All right, let's mix this up because this is going to be ready to pour in. Yeah, we're going to be in business here. Nice. I'm really hoping this gives you like the freedom to be a little bit more creative if you want to. I'm all for my favorite, like I've said over and over again, are my simple pours, but it's fun to, you know, get in here and do something a little different. It always makes me a little nervous though, I will say, when I'm working with somebody's, you know, custom order. Like, oh gosh, I'm gonna make a, you know, I'm gonna mess it up, I'm gonna do something wrong, they're not gonna like it. So, but oh wow, that smells good. So eucalyptus and lavender is a great combination. It's a great combination all year round. So I just wanna make sure I get all my batter out, because remember I'm gonna use this cup again to mix my next layer. And then my white layer I can just mix in here, because it's already in there, okay? Let me clean up a little bit. Go, and tap it down. And I'm gonna let that sit up a little bit more so I can make a little bit of a, you know, design in there. Like I said, that lavender is probably gonna slow it down a bit. Eucalyptus too is not an oil that will speed up trace or anything. So I'll be right back as soon as I can make some indentions in here. I'm going to go ahead and divvy out our next layer. I'm going to mix this up just to make sure I don't have anything resting on the bottom. Okay, and then I'm going to come in and do my color. Let that get in there and saturated. And you can start to see the clay and the indigo powder is starting to just take on that oil. I'll blend this up. Now I'm going to make sure that this is set up before I add my lye, just so I know I can pour layer upon layer without it breaking through. And let's see how we're doing. It's still runny, so I probably could have mixed that a little more actually. All right, let's go ahead and get this mixed up. All right, let's add our essential oil. Mix that up. Give it a whip. Now I don't use titanium dioxide, so if I ever wanted to lighten something up, I would add a little bit more kaolin clay. Yeah, that's a lighter blue, right? All right. Set that over again, and I'm gonna wait to add my lye. All right, I got to editing another video. So let's see, this looks like it's set up, and just do one side. Woo, it got thick fast. So I'm just gonna try to make some divots. It did get thick quicker than I thought. So, yep. So, it's a little thinner that way. I just have to get in there and just kind of make it come up some, because I want it to have some movement in the soap. So the next layer I do, I'm gonna bring it this way, and then the next layer I'll do it the other way. Now let's get our lye measured out and we'll do the next layer, and it's gonna be able to pour right on here without a problem. It'll be interesting when we cut the soap to see how it layered out. Here we go, let's add our lye. I love these yogurt cups because they're number 5 and they're great. A great size to use for soaping. You'll notice I recycle a lot of stuff in making soap. I don't see, there's no need to spend money on fancy stuff. This is like my biggest fancy fancy soap container. I mean, I use stuff from horse supplements that are number 5. All right, I'm gonna mix this up a lot more than I did the other one, because once, and remember, we already have our essential oils in here. This now, it definitely looks like it's gonna stay. Oh, maybe not. I have a feeling when I pour that on, it's gonna smush it down. So let me go ahead. I like that shape though. Let me go ahead and put this on. And one thing you can do to make sure your soap doesn't thicken up is you're gonna take, oh, I already have one in there, a spatula, and just kind of just keep moving it. Keep mixing it while you're waiting for that layer to set up. This is kind of like a seafoam green. Pretty. I just hope it turns a little more blue because that's what it's supposed to be. All right, now I feel like this is where I want it to be. It's like some of it is like up and some of it's down. Some of it kind of slides down. So I'm going to be cautious pouring this on. I don't want the soap to be poured here and go in. So I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm actually going to use, see, this has stayed pretty consistent. I'm actually going to use my spatula to just break the fall a little bit, and I'll start low and work my way up here, making sure I'm not, oh, that's going to be really pretty. Look at the contrast on that. That's kind of cool. All right, I think it's holding. Okay, we are back for the cut, so let's take a look at the soap. So this is what the side looks like with the blues. So we'll get a better idea of what it's going to look like. Now you'll notice that this color, using indigo, this color here is going to be more of the gray blue. Inside it's going to look almost green because that's what indigo powder does. And it does change with, I've noticed it changes with depending on if you're using milk, or if you're using just water or tea, or you know, whatever you're using with your lye solution, things can change. Other additives, things can change. So I really need to make sure I get 16 bars. That's all the botanicals. Let's see how green it is. Oh no! Oh my gosh, look at that. That is pretty cool. Wow, I am thrilled with that. I am glad I wrote down the colors in that. Not sure why it's kind of, oh, you know, because that's, so that run through is just the botanicals, but that is pretty cool. I was not expecting this, to be honest with you. Okay. But I love it. I hope she loves it, because that's all that matters. Some of the different, that's really cool. I wonder if it's gonna stay that color, but yeah, I can see doing something like this again. Actually, I did do a soap like kind of like this with mountains, looking like mountains, but yeah. Okay, so we're gonna give it a second because this is going to kind of change as the oxygen hits it. I was expecting it, to be honest, more green because of the indigo powder, but like I said, typically there's a little sample there. I'm using goat milk, so maybe that could be a thing. Wow, I really hope that this teal stays. I really, and that white line. Okay, that's pretty cool. So, 11. See, and I'm putting my rose petals down. It's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, yes. Perfect. This one I can cut up into more samples, but that is pretty cool. I'm really happy with that. So just remember in the soap, like if you want to do something like this, all I did was go one way and then go the other way and go the other way. And then the pour. I mean, the pour, it does dictate on what that design is going to be like. This would actually be cool if you wanted to do something camo, like the different color greens and whites, and you could do a camo soap because that kind of looks like a camo, starting a camo pattern. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So what I will do is I'll wait a couple days and then I'm going to take one of my samples and I test it and make sure all is good, and then I know it's going to be ready. I hope that stays. I don't think that's going to stay that color, because if I can get that color with natural colors, I don't know what I did, but that would be awesome. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Put your questions below. I love helping out, you know, new soapers, want to make something. I love it. I love making it, and I love encouraging others. So be blessed, guys. Till next time. Bye.